Hello, everyone, and welcome. Today, we're going to talk about something we all think we get, right? Gratitude. But what if I told you there's a whole other level to it? We're going to dive into the original teachings of the Lord Buddha to find out what true gratitude is really all about. So, to kick things off, let's start with a really cool story. Picture this. The Lord Buddha, right after he becomes enlightened, spends an entire week just standing there, staring at the Bodhi tree he was sitting under without even blinking. He was paying his respects. Which kind of makes you wonder, right? Why? Why would someone who's reached the ultimate state of being show so much honor to a tree? And listen, this was no small thing. He actually said that honoring this tree was the same as honoring himself. I mean, that's a huge statement. And to really get what he meant, we have to look past our modern idea of gratitude as just, a warm, fuzzy feeling.
So how do we solve this puzzle? Well, it all comes down to one key word from the Pali language, Katanyu. Honestly, this word is the key that unlocks this entire teaching.
Okay, so what exactly is Katanyu? It's definitely not just saying thanks and moving on. It's something much more active. It's the act of consciously knowing and really recognizing the help that you've been given. It's less of a feeling that happens to you and more of an awareness you actively practice.
And you know what's cool? The word itself gives us the definition. It's made of two parts. First, you have kata, which is basically an act that someone did for you. Then you have anu, which means to know or to recognize that act. Put them together and bam, katanyu. It's literally the act of seeing and knowing the good that was done for you.
Right, so if Katanyu is all about recognizing help, that brings up the next obvious question, doesn't it? Who are we supposed to be recognizing? Who do we show this gratitude to? And that leads us to our next big idea.
In the teachings, these helpers are called Buppakaree. All it means is someone who has helped you before. And I bet when you hear that, your mind immediately goes to your parents, right? And yeah, that's totally part of it. But the real definition, it's so much bigger than that. See, a Buppakaree is anyone who stepped up and helped you first. So yes, of course, it's our parents who literally gave us life. But think about it. It's also our teachers who gave us knowledge. It's our friends who were there for us when things got tough. It's our spiritual guides who kind of showed us the way. When you start to look at it like this, you realize that the circle of people we should recognize is absolutely huge.
Okay, so now that we have these two big ideas, Katanyu and Buppakaree, let's go all the way back to the beginning. Let's solve that mystery of the Lord Buddha and the Bodhi tree.
It all clicks into place now, right? That tree was a Buppakaree. I mean, just think about it from a practical standpoint. Here he is, out in the elements, with nothing. That tree was his shelter. It gave him a solid place to sit. Its leaves were so dense they blocked the burning sun and kept him dry from the rain. It literally created the perfect environment for him to have his breakthrough. It wasn't just a passive object. It was an active helper in his journey.
And just like that, what he did makes perfect sense. He was practicing Katanyu. He was actively knowing and recognizing the absolutely critical role that tree played. That's why he could say, to honor this Bodhi tree is the same as honoring the Tathagata himself. He wasn't just being poetic. He was stating a fact, acknowledging its part in him becoming the Buddha. And this wasn't a one-off thing, just for the tree. This deep way of recognizing help extended to everyone. The Lord Buddha famously went out of his way to teach his mother even after she had passed on, and he made sure his father also found ultimate peace. It just goes to show you, this principle of active gratitude, it applies to every single person, and even everything that helps us along the way.
Okay, so this is all really interesting, but what does it mean for us right now in our crazy, busy lives? Why should we care about this ancient teaching? Well, the answer gets right to the heart of what it means to be human.
Because when you boil it all down, this teaching points to one simple, profound truth. We're all connected. None of us can make it through this life alone. It's just not possible. We rely on the support of other people, and yeah, even the support of the world around us every single day. That's not some nice idea. That's a fundamental fact of life.
And that's really the big idea I want to leave you with. When you start to actively practice Katanyu, when you really start looking for and acknowledging all the help you get, it completely changes your perspective. It shifts your focus away from what you don't have and onto this incredible, vast web of support that's holding you up. So, Here's a question for you to think about. Who or what has been your Bodhi tree today?